It's another beautiful evening, beautiful afternoon of the Skyview Cricket Week tournament hosted in Goa, and it's another action where we see Masindi SS taking on Olila High School already coming to this game after defeating St. James. And the action has already been set, the stage already been set, but the genuine bowler for Masindi not being relentless. She has really been so good so far. Already 1 run, courtesy of no ball and 2 wides. But to start off the innings, Masindi winning the toss, and the captain Nyangoma making sure that they go with their stronger side, that is bowling. And since the first ball, she has really bowled decently. She has pumped her heart out and bowled decent lanes. Quick, genuine fast bowler spell, and already 1 over done. And only 2 runs on board. Masindi SS already leading the table. They haven't lost any game. They have really been precious when it comes to bowling, and now these are the top ties in the group. One team that goes on to win this game will lead the group in the group stages, and hopefully they will face a weaker team going into the playoffs. Nisima Priest is the new bowler, starting way away into trying to bowl it straight to the stumps, but the batter is equal to the task, opening up the face of the ball there, the face of the bat, and getting it to the boundary. First boundary of this game coming off the first ball of Nisima's. Look at the replay there, 2 wide. A little further off the bat, and the wicket keeper doesn't stop that. Only the fielder, rather the supporter at the boundary, does to collect that. But good line she has come up with. Nisima and Nyangoma have really been a good player for Masindi. They have really bowled so well. And if you see all the 2 openers for Masindi bowling with the left hand, that possesses a little bit of threat to the right-handers. Most of these batters in this tournament are right-handed. But one thing that I've loved about Masindi is the aggression that they have played with. They have really been aggressive in their application. And dot balls have really been so much to their favor. They have bowled so many dot balls. The ball drive there, but beautiful fielding. The attack of the ball, the running in hard, and everything is going in their favor. 4 runs off that ball, courtesy of a bye, and bringing the score to 6 after 2. Olila High has had some good scores in this tournament. We saw that cameo of Melissa Rekot at the St. Joseph's Laibi main ground the first day in the afternoon, scoring 96 runs. And now Ichuma in the afternoon, rather in the morning, against St. James scored 51. We haven't talked about Nachulet Nandera, the little cameo she contributed in that winner at St. Joseph's, where she was handy with the bat, but since then she hasn't done so well. Oh, little bit movement there, sharp movement, and it will be signaled as a bye by the umpire there in your frame. Get a feeling that there will be some irregularities off the surface. As a batter, you have to be so cautious of the lanes, of the bounce. Oh, that would be poor fielding at point. But she does so well to recover and only stop the ball for one. Elora hasn't also contributed so many runs for her side, but she has really been a key figure for Olila. Oh, that is the breakthrough they wanted, more so for the informed batter who has been struggling, I was saying, this tournament, but they get the breakthrough. It is Nyangoma who picks the first wicket, goes for the bullseye, right at the money. They're trying to go big on that, but real good execution in the end. The first wicket falls, the first batter baits the dust, and it is Elora Joan who only departs for Olila at the moment, and the score is 8-4-1 after 2.4. And looking at the way how the wickets are falling, this wicket specifically, it tells you that they'll need to do so much, Olila, given that there are clouds gathering over the Gulu Prison Primary School. So they have to get the scoreboard ticking. You know, when it comes to the DLS scores, it really becomes difficult if you have less runs on board. Look at the run up there for Nyangoma, running in so much with gusto and hitting those hard lanes. She has, tell you, been so relentless, has given in her efforts, led from the front and picking up that wicket. Well-deserved wicket for Nyangoma. And the new batter, Amayo, struggling to get off the mark. Things not looking so easy for her. A decent over from Nyangoma. Look at the clouds there. I was talking about gathering over the Gulu Prison Primary School, and it's just a matter of time, you know, whether it's the day-to-day change in the atmosphere. But played so fine, Ichuma, and picking up another boundary. 2 boundary already in this inning. A little touch there, played it dexterously. Just a deft touch on that, beating the field, and the outfield does the rest. It's a really quick outfield here. Nisima continuing, had only one bye that went for 4 in the previous over, but went on to bowl decently to get 5 dot balls. Oh, good carry there, luring Ichuma into playing a false drive, asking her to come on the front foot. Tell you, the tournament has already seen 30 games played across this tournament. And this time round it will be 4 more for Ichuma. She's dealing in boundaries in this over. Already 2 from the over. with 2 more balls. But this time round, Nisima straying away and bowling it to the body. And Ichuma just doing the nitty-gritty work there, rolling her wrists, sending the ball to the boundary. Really good batting there from Ichuma, scoring 50. In the morning, she's carrying the form into this game. Scored 51 of 50. This time round, waiting for the ball really well and letting it to come to her bat. We have seen her do that so often. She doesn't really rush to play the shot. She is a handy player. But the dot ball to finish up the over. 16 for 1 after 4 is the score. And the captain, Nyangoma, still thinks that if she gets another inroad, pick up maybe 1 more wicket, would be so much appreciated for her side. She comes again from the free zone end. You can see he's trying to boost morale in the field. Cleaned her up. Sheer pace works everything in Masindi's favor. And the captain answers. She called her own phone call, and there she answers. The moment where she thought that maybe I can pick up the wicket, and she picks the wicket of the new batter who has just walked in. Oh, what a movement. Lovely movement in the air. There is some wind over this ground, and she uses that sharp in-swinger into the right-hander. What a lovely delivery that is. Left-hander bowling from round the wickets and getting the ball to move into the right-hander. Magical ball it was. The captain picks the second, and it is 16 for 2. At the moment, it seems that it's only Ichuma who is playing so well, getting the runs. Amayo Matha departed for only 0, not troubling the scorers. And the new batter, Agwang Lucky, comes in at number 4. Most experienced players haven't walked in Melissa Rekot and Nandera Immaculate. Normally coming in the middle order, but the top orders we speak has been rattled. Only Ichuma has put in a fight with 4 more balls left for Nyangoma, who is bowling decently. Bowled 2 overs already, 2.2. but going for only 3 runs. Tell you, everyone who is watching, you really see how quick she is. Game goes for the bullseye. She knows the target. She's aimed at the target all along, but because of the pace that she's bowling at, every batter will not be so confident to play her. Agwang Lucky scored 27 runs against St. James Secondary School in the morning of 32 balls. Such a performance tells you that she is a good player, coming in at number 4. A number where a batter has to be the anchor, control the innings, and I hope it is the job that she is up to. Little bit slower this time round, so cautious to not lose the lane. But Agwang equal to the task, coming forward and just stopping it for a dot ball. Dealing in dot balls is Nyangoma so far. 4 dot balls with the wicket. Last ball to come in her third over. Quicker this time round, but Wader and Agwang just leaves it for another dot ball. Good decision there taken by Agwang, knowing that the ball won't end at her stumps, just letting it go. A dot ball to finish up the over. A wicket in it, another maiden over. And the score is 16 for 2 after 5 overs. I tell you, from where we're playing here, the clouds, the rain has already started drizzling, and the clouds are gathering towards our new bowler, rather Mercy continuing from where she stops, but the lane has really been so much question from Mercy. She has really given so many extras. So has the wicket keeper. We saw in her previous over, in her first over, she bowled. The wicket keeper gave away 4 byes, and this time round, another 5 runs indicated there on the up. This should beat the field, and it does. Driven on the up all the way to the boundary for 4. Beautiful cover drive there from Ichuma. You don't have to test her skills. She has really leaned into the shot so well, and she has picked boundaries with ease. Another boundary to her total. 20, make that 24. Olila. Oh, again, poor fielding. The chase is on. Oh, this could have been a great effort. The field that covers just stops, doesn't follow the ball. But some great fielding there from Masindi at the moment. Things seem to be running out of their control at the moment. That will be a little bit of a breather there for Nisima. Started away with 5 wides and later went for a boundary, then 2 runs. But those 2 dot balls will mean that she has calmed her nerve down and picked her lane so well. Ball drive, another ball drive. How well do you see her drive? Especially when she comes on the front foot. She has really been so good with the drive. And with that dot ball brings the end of an expensive over. 11 runs from that. Again, another look at the shots played. Straying down too wide. The keeper couldn't have done better. That was really, really wide from Nisima, and the umpire had to indicate 5 wides. 27 after the power play is the score for the loss of 2 wickets. Coming at the number of games that have been played in this tournament so far, 30 matches have been completed. All of them have been really played. No abandoned game whatsoever. 544 players are in this tournament. 4,505 runs have been scored, while 432 wickets have been picked. And changing bowling sides, Sharon is the new bowler. Doesn't start with a good line, starts away with a boundary, rather an extra wide there that will haunt them so much. We saw how Nisima's over ended when she started off with 5 wides. She later on followed on with boundary. Another straying down the pad, but not really getting the punishment that it would have deserved. Agwang going away with that one, but in my opinion it was another loose delivery. There isn't any deep fielder, let's say deep square leg, but only third man and fine leg are in play for Masindi, and that forces a field change. Deep extra covers, Carl corner, trying to make sure that every scoring option for Olila is cut off. But Ichuma has really been good. Oh, too full this time round. A mix up in the middle. Chance of a run out. And the umpire is really sure that the batter Ichuma had made her ground. That would have been so catastrophic for Olila at the moment. But she was quick to come back to her crease. You don't want to see those mix-ups. The ball was really hit straighter to point. The umpire was positioned in a very good area to see that Ichuma was already in the crease when the stumps were broken. But I love the energy with which Masindi fielders are playing. The energies, the shouts, all of them have really been unmeted. Wow. Nice placement there. Just a little touch, a drop to the third man. It shows you how patient Ichuma is at the moment. Standing tall and waiting for the ball and playing it really well with an open face, an open blade. Run it down to the third man. Oh, another loose delivery there from Makugiziwe. Another loose delivery. Again, you don't have to always work with the pads of these batters, especially when you don't have any protection at the deep. Now there has to be a third man and fine leg straight behind the wicket keeper almost, because we've seen those 3 boundaries that have gone because the fielders were a little bit wider. Oh, poor from the wicket keeper, poor from the wicket keeper. And another bye given there. But there is a chance to take another run. Oh, they always tell you as a wicket keeper you need to stay down and maybe raise with the bounce. But this time round, after the second bounce, the ball just holds a little bit down and wraps through her legs to give her that one by. Little touch on the onside around the body, but a dot ball to finish up the over. And 8 runs given that over. After 7, the score reads 35 for 2. There will be change in the bowling end. Bowling change here done by Masindi, because the 2 bowlers in Simira and Nyangoma did a brilliant job, but they couldn't bowl out all their 4 overs. Now a new bowler comes in, Safina Chasawa, the new bowler. The wicket keeper still standing behind the stumps a little bit further. And starts right away with a decent ball. Agwang not really scoring at a decent run rate, but has contributed already 2 runs to the total. And this partnership is taking long and will be worrying the Masindi players. The captain should think of a way of breaking the partnership. For a team like Olila, you don't need to get them settled into the game with the weight batting that they have. You need to pick wickets every time and again. Kyosab has come in and bowled decent lanes already. But one thing that has really been so good from Masindi's bowlers is that they haven't bowled so many loose balls. This would be in the gap, quick outfield, the chase is on, but he will go all the way to the boundary. Beautiful catch shot there from Ichma. Pardon me, not Ichma, but a good catch shot there from Agwang. Opening up the blade there and hitting it with power. The outfield here has really been ecstatic. Everything that has been hitting the gap has rolled to the boundaries, and a good boundary to this over for Ichuma. That could mean confidence for Ichuma. Normal as a batter, when you get a boundary, it kind of boosts your confidence. And that boundary is all she wanted at the moment. Another back of the length delivery there to finish up the over with a dot ball. 4 from that, and after 8 it's 39 for the loss of 2. Shout out to our sponsors of this tournament, the 21st edition of the Girls Schools Week tournament, and our proud sponsor Skyview, retaining the name of the tournament. The 3rd consecutive year they have sponsored us in this tournament, and other partners came in courtesy of the Movit as the hygiene partners, Batball Uganda Limited as the broadcast partners, and Schoolie as the logistic partners. Shout out for all of our sponsors of this tournament. The new bowler from Gisha coming in and already suffered 2 runs. Good running between the wickets between these two batters, Agwang and Ichuma. Tell you, Ichuma has had a good day today, scoring the 50 in the morning and following on right now, having 17 from 27. What better day can you have as a cricketer than that? If she goes on to score a good score today, I tell you, it will be really good for her. Beautiful drive there from Ichuma. She's a tall player, she's tall batter, so everything seems to be easy when it's pitched up. She aligns herself so well. She commits into the shot so beautifully. And I tell you, it's really good to watch from Ichuma. And so much action is happening at the different venues in Gulu for this tournament. Ginger Senior Secondary School taking on Sacred Heart. Late Secondary School versing Soruti Secondary School. Masaka SS versus Uganda, Rwenzori High versus St. James Secondary School, Gayas High School versus Kasese Secondary School, and here we are with Olila High School. That is the another team from Masindi making sure that they support their fellas. They never move alone, they never walk alone is their motto. A poor piece of fielding there from the captain. Doesn't align her body behind the ball there. Tries to pick up the ball straight away, but ends up costing her team 3 more runs. Look at that. Good use of the wrist there. Or a little bit of an awkward bounce. And another boundary for Ichmar. A mix up in the middle, but they're home dry and safe. A new bowler Kyosava already bowled 1 over and went for 4 runs, but has started her second over and has already gone for 5 runs. Tasoverana directed will work, but quick running between the middle there for Ichumar and Agwang. That was really good throw there from the fielder at short third man. But don't take away the fact that these two batters are really athletic and run so well. The aggression that they played with is really, really important to note. Ichumar has faced 32 balls and scored 23 runs. Ilora didn't score runs, went for 0, so did Amanya, who also scored 0 of 4 balls. Wang Lucky then came in and she's trying to stabilize the ship. That was close. That was really close. Really close. And Ichmar is lucky that the ball just missed the wickets by a whisker. But what do you make about the wicket keeper behind the stumps? Gift has really been not so well behind the stumps, has given so many extras. Shot. This will go to the boundaries for 4. Goes like a tracer bullet. Within seconds, it is at the boundary. You don't have to give her with it. We've seen her play that shot 2 times. And now she gets another boundary. 2 boundaries she has scored off the cut shot. Finishing up the over with the boundary. 53-4-2 is the score. I tell you, at the moment everything seems to be in control, back in control for Olila. An awkward bounce there, extra bounce from the surface. Chomugisha bowling from the prison end. Chomugisha Prila bowled 1 over and just went for 3. And he has gone on to bowl decently. She's getting awkward bounces off the surface. Oh, no ball called by the umpire. And the only question is, why is it a no ball? Oyaga Saddam indicating that there are so many fielders. I certain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fielders outside the 30, the 25-yard. The guilty party at short fine leg. Free hit, but not hit so hard. There is a fielder, the sweeper fielder only collects it for 1. Good bowling there from Kyomgisha, making sure that even the free hit doesn't become a freebie for Olila. Quicker this time round, up in the air. There is a fielder, completed the catch. Charlotte completes the catch, and it's more so the wicket of Agwang, and the 3rd wicket falls. Charlotte did so much to track that ball and align herself under the ball and completing a good catch. Much needed wicket to break the partnership that was seeming to be much scarier for Masindi at the moment, and 3rd wicket falls. Again, now look at that. Widishon Offer tries to languish on that, hit it, but couldn't beat that fielder, Charlotte. Three wickets have fallen, but that means Malisa Arikot or Nandera Immaculate have to be prepared, but it is Malisa Arikot who comes in. Has had the 2nd highest tournament score so far. Scored a 90, a big 50, 96 on the first day of this tournament. Not out to be specific, because she needed only 1 hit. Needed only 1 hit to get a century, but she couldn't. Start straight away with a booming drive with an open face of the bat there, but the fielder at point has really done a decent job. But what a good over this is turning out to be for Kyomgisa. And Malisa knows there will always be that 1 ball. She only needs to respect the good balls. 2 dot balls in a row after wicket, but only 2 runs picked in this over. But a wicket that makes the over even more beautiful after 11:55 for the loss of 3. Safina is the bowler, continuing from the plantation end over the cover fielder. The chase is on in the deep. The sweeper does so well to collect it for only 1. And there is some backup. Good thing that I have liked from Masindi is that they have backed up so well. They have fielded so well. And they've made sure that the best fielders are always at the boundary, trying to make sure that they protect those boundaries. Malisa Rekot loves to play the slog sweep, and she's a slow bowler. Kyosa is a slow bowler, and Malisa will know that anything that she can't go under, she will look to maximize everything that comes her way. But there is 2 fielders on the onside. The cow corner, long on. There is also the long off and the deep extra covers. Into the surface, and this will be called a no ball. She tries to push this one this time round. Oh, they are appealing for the free hit, but that was truly a good delivery to ball on the free hit. And Melissa is really disappointed that she didn't put that to maximum use. Tries to go on the onside. That has been her strength throughout. But she can also play on the offside. Trying to collect that one on the with one hand. It's the field at point. But there is some really covering of the field at deep extra covers. Cut hard. The fielder is in the deep and only cuts it for one. Good placement of the fielders. The ball this time round goes straight to her hands and she collects it so well, throw it back to the wicket keeper. I tell you, Ichuma has really been good playing with it, playing on the offside, but all through she has also been good. Even on the offside, onside, she has showed her skills. I tell you, Melissa looks to be shaky when she's playing tentatively. But a dot ball to finish up the over. 5 runs gotten in that. And in your frame, that's the coach for Olila. Ogwang, the brother to a former under-19 wicketkeeper, that team that went to the World Cup. Omara Ogwang. In the 2022 in the Caribbean. Not so easy to go off straight in that way, especially when the ball is straight to the fielders for Masindi. They have really done so well to stop everything. We haven't seen so many misfields. If we take away the one for the captain that went for 4. And I tell you, Jomgisa has been a very good bowler, handy bowler. Up in there, chance, doesn't carry to the fielder. You not always love that. If the ball doesn't carry to you, at least try to stop it for 1 run. But this time round, didn't carry to the fielder at long off and went all the way past her for a boundary. I would say that's a chance that has gone begging. She didn't even try to come towards the ball. But Ichuma will be happy with that boundary. That would be a weight ball called by the umpire. I tell you, she had bowled a decent 2 overs. Chomgisa had only bowled went for 5 runs. Good pick up there, a good stop at extra covers deep. Jomgisa Priska, despite going for a boundary off the first ball, off the third ball, I tell you, she did so well. The line wasn't questionable that much. Like I said, the bounce on this wicket, it's so unpredictable, double paced. Some ones are slow, others are up, others are down, others are quick. So it keeps you wondering as a batter. tell you, Charlotte, that deep extra covers has been much used there in this over. 2 balls went to her there, but she did so well. A single to finish up the over. 7 runs got in that. 66 for 3 is the score after 13. Tell you, it's a really chilly evening here in Gulu. The clouds have gone over the field at Gulu Prison Primary School. Safina will continue from the plantation end. Ball decently previously. Yokusawa Safina only suffered 2 boundaries so far in her bowling, but there were other weights and other buys that came out of her bowling. Up this time round, chases on spin. There is spin at the surface, especially for those balls that are cut not really quite out of the middle. You have to beware of the spin, but that gives them 2 runs. Arekut Melissa and Ichmar, they know that the runs are not coming so well for them, so they have to run hard in the wicket, in between the wickets there. They have to really run so hard. Better, that's much better, but again pure timing there from Ichmar. One thing that they haven't realized, Masaka, is that, rather Masindi, is that Ichmar has really been so good playing on the offside. Maybe try and bowl stump to stump and ask her to play on the onside, but Melissa, so has she been good with the sweep shot. We saw that inning of hers at St. Joseph's. She really relied on that sweep shot, so you don't have to confuse the two. Whereas Melissa is good at sweeping, Ichmar is good at cutting, so you have to find the balance when bowling to the two. Down, straying away from the leg, from the pads, and she just does push it around and gets it to the boundary. Everything is not coming easy or good for Choksawa, given that even after the boundary wants to correct her lane, but this time round bowls it wide. Good awareness. That shows maturity. Maturity from Melissa Ricot. She just knows that Ichuma is really timing the ball so well, and the fielders are hanging at the 30, and there is a vacant field that covers there. Just drops it and gets only 1 run. Good rotational strike once more. Good running between the wickets. Proper communication. And the single finishes the over. Those are the clouds over the Gulu Prison Primary School. Not the best weather you would love to play cricket in, especially when you are in the field. The balls may tend to hurt, and when you're batting as well, if a team has quick bowlers, it can somehow impair your vision. And there is some wind, so you expect some movement, like we saw with the left-hander Nyangoma in the second over, where she bowled a Jaffa to Ilora. New bowler, Charlotte, coming from the prison end. Ichuma has really stayed on top of Masindi, opened the batting, and she has faced 47 balls and scored 35 up in the air this time. Oh, floppy. Always when you are behind the wicket, you are always out of play. A chance comes in this at this stage of the game, more so a chance for each man. But Liliana, square leg there, casually walks inside, goes past the ball and allows more so Ichuma to get off the strike. Shot from Melissa. No questions about that. No questions about that from Melissa. Another beautiful shot there. The ball just drifting down the leg. She just helps it on the way and picks up another boundary. 2 force for Arikoto ready to her total. Oh, that could be detrimental. Oh, there isn't some good backup, but in the end, it's a dot ball. That's the boundary there for Melissa. Played it so well that she picks up the boundary, the gap, and adds 4 runs to the total. I could see with Jacinta bowled 1 over, but was a little bit costly. She didn't go on to bowl. The captain later on changed her, but now she has to come bowling from a different end. I'm doubting what it could be with her. You see her holding her thighs. Girls have played 3 days in a row. Some cramping can be an issue here. It all calls for fitness. Again, she's holding her thigh. Not working so well there. Hopefully she's okay. Oh, that could be bad. That could be bad. A little mix-up. But running past the ball has been so common in these last 2 overs. And I tell you, these youngsters don't have spikes, most of them. And when you don't have spikes and you run, you lose control. When you're trying to break, you end up sliding past the ball like we've seen this time round. Played fine. There is some chasing in the deep and stopped in the deep. Oh, and they take 2 runs. Good placement there. Really good placement from Melissa. But those double, that double will mean that over number 15 stand on that side. And we are left with 5 overs. The score is 85 for the loss of 3 wickets. Ichima has made sure that her end doesn't fall. That is what Olila needs at the moment. We know that there are other power hitters. From here, they can go up through the gears, try and go hard after the ball. You still have other batters to come in. We haven't seen Nandera coming in. So you have 7 wickets to your disposal. So you can go through the gears with only 30 balls left. The new bowler piece coming from the primary end, rather the partition end. She already bowled 3 and went for 20. 3.1, only left with 5 balls. She only has to know that she has to keep tight Beautiful fielding there in the deep. Really fielding, good fielding. Monica has been the field at deep extra covers. She has really ran yards, protected so many balls from going past the boundary. That's much better, really much better from Nisima. She bowled in the first spell, bowled with the captain, bowled decently despite the extras, bowled in tandem with the captain, and now she has come in and nailed those Yorkers 2 in a row. Good left-armers action there from Nisima. And finishing up the over with only 3 runs off it. 22 runs suffered in her spell. I would say it has been a good spell for her, but after 16, 90 for 3 is the score. And only 24 balls left in this inning. Now is the question of when is the captain coming in to bowl. And no sooner I think about her coming in to bowl than she thinks otherwise, that maybe it's not the right call for me to come in when we still have 4 overs to play. They are still heavy batters in the dugout for Olila. Priska will be the bowler bowling from the prison end. Where was she going? Where was she going on that occasion? You can see her smiling in her helmet also. She senses that there is an urge of going through the gears. And no doubt she will be trying to get runs. But Melissa is up to the task. If it comes to hitting the ball, I would prefer to see Melissa go after the ball other than Ichumar, because Melissa has the technique of hitting the ball, whereas Ichumar can also hit the ball, but she needs to keep doing that decent job. That will always be easy for Melissa. Easy it will always be. All the boundaries she's picked today have been in that region. Sweep shot has really been a good shot in her repertoire. So you don't have to test her resources. You don't have to test her arsenal there. But in the commentary box, I'm Aljuna fortunate, not alone. All along and throughout this tournament, I'll be with Ivan Sajab. Ivan, good afternoon and welcome to this inning where we are seeing Olila trying to go through the gears. Good afternoon, Ivan.
Good afternoon, Fortunate. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. It's Masindi Secondary School taking on Olila High School. It's okay. An interesting clash on the prison ground. 96 for 3 after 16.4 overs. Somehow you feel that Masindi has been bowling the good areas and making sure that they don't give anything away. A lot of good work in terms of coaching being done by the development officer for the Neuro Sub-Region, Patrick Insinje, who has made sure that be bowling the good areas. Fine over there coming in from Mugisha Priska. 6 in the over, and at the end of the 17th, scoreboard reads 96 for a loss of 3 wickets. What a tournament we've had, Fortunate. Runs have been scored. We've also been enjoying taking wickets. And now 3 more overs. And I think here the plan for Masindi Secondary School will be not to let Olila High School run away a lot. If they can limit them to something below 120, maybe they can come out and give it a chance. These two things are both unbeaten coming into this game.
I tell you what has been the stronger side for Masindi High School is their bowling. But if you're to see 120, like you said, that will be a very good total for Olila. But you can't put away the great bowling efforts from Masindi. With 3 more overs left, as a captain, you also think of the options to bowl for the bowlers to come in and bowl. But it is Charlotte Akugiziwe who will bowl from the plantation end. Powerful hit there, powerful hit from Melissa Ricote. And the 6 will be indicated the first maximum of this inning. She's very, very strong on the onside.
Melissa Ricote has picked up the length very nicely, pulled into the surface, and she got it with the bounce. Look at that one there, pulled away. Melissa Ricote, one of those powerful players, and she manages to hit that one all the way for a maximum. And that maximum brings up the 100 runs for Olila High School. 102 for 3 is what the scoreboard reads. She goes again, but there is a waiting fielder. She makes a mess of it and doesn't go to hold onto that chance. And Melissa Ricote's chance that she has given to the Masindi fielders goes begging.
Yeah, you can see the disappointment, gives in the efforts, puts in all the efforts, diving forward. That doesn't become any easier than that. It is always difficult. Much correction there from the bowler Charlotte, making sure that she corrects her lane. But I would love to see the deep extra covers replaced for a deep point. Other than having that deep extra covers, we saw that cut shot from Ichmar.
Josephine Ichmar loves the way it offered to her because she has some long arms. She can easily hit the ball away, so you need to make sure that you're bowling it stump to stump. Charlotte Akugiziwe was part of those girls who played last year during the LAT League at Google Cricket Over. She got an opportunity because she is one of the exceptional players. Tries to take that one, Melissa Ricote, but just manages an edge. And she will do take the run. The passage of play now for Olila High School is looking so good because they have made sure that they keep milking the runs.
I tell you, even in that inning where Melissa Ricote went on and scored 96 runs, she was dropped, she was given another life, and now today again given another life. I don't know how that will go on to affect Masindi, but you know, as a batter, when you give the batters a chance, they always capitalize on that. And it's Melissa Ricote on strike now. One more ball into this over of Akugiziwe.
There was an appeal, but the umpire says that didn't hit anything, and the dead ball will bring us to the end of the 18th. 107 for 3 is what Olila High School has after 18 overs.
Nyangoma Mariam will be the bowler bowling from the prison end. She bowled the first 3 overs so well, picked 2 wickets, got the early inroads for her team, now coming in to bowl the penultimate over of the inning. And no ball called there by the leg umpire Adam Saddam. Oyaga Saddam making sure that the rules of cricket are upheld here. So many fielders at the boundary, if they were. Very good awareness there from the square leg umpire. And now it's a free hit. 41 runs for Ichmar. Free hit, they are trying to take a run and she doesn't know that it's a free hit. The recent backup, oh, that would have been so bad had it hit the stumps. I tell you, even Ichmar didn't know that it was a free hit. After the stumps had been rattled, she started walking towards the stumps, rather towards the dugout. But good ball there from the captain, going for the bullseye. Again, this time round, she won't survive that. And that is the lane she has been hitting all along. Ichmar will live to see another day, not today. Ichmar departs for only 41 runs from 59 balls. But what an inning she has had. She had played so well, she had anchored the innings. But the captain answers the call. They needed that breakthrough.
Yeah, she falls 9 runs short, but look at that ball there. A very straight ball just up on the off stop there from Mariam Nyangoma. And she makes inroads for Masindi Secondary School. Another big wicket, another set batter is set back to the heart. And Masindi Secondary School will have something to celebrate. Good work there being done by the fielders and bowlers of Masindi Sec to try and make sure that they punch back.
Tell you, if another moment, a new batter is on strike. With the way how Nyangoma has been bowling straight stump to stump with her pace, tell you it's much of an advantage to Masindi. Despite that, it's Immaculate Nandera who walks on. It's only a matter of executing those lanes that the captain has hit today. That could mean that 120, like you said, Evan, could be a good score to stop at for Masindi. But it will be much of a surprise to Olila, given that they are used to scoring good, big runs, 150s, 190s, and now being given that test of scoring less than 120 would be a very good achievement for Masindi. The captain already has 3 wickets, and the new batter, Immaculate Nandera, already taking her guard, and coming in is the captain. Or straying away. That is what always happens when there is a left-hander and the right-hander always controlling the lanes there. That would have been a good lane for the right-hander, but not to the new batter, the lefty Nandera Immaculate. She hasn't really bowled so many of those extras.
But I tell you, in this junior cricket, you will always see those extras coming, given the fact that when they are practicing, they practice bowling to right-handers. So every time there is a left-handed batter coming in, it comes in as some bit of a mix-up. But somehow, Mariam Nyangoma trying to make sure that she maintains that good line, but look at that extra space they are coming in from her. Not too much controlling that shot by Nandera Immaculate, but she cleared off the mark.
Tell you, that one rushed her into playing that shot. It really rushed her. She wasn't really in good place to play that. You can see her trying to shape a better shot, maybe saying if to glance it around. Malsa record now on strike. She is the one to do the heavy lifting at the moment, trying to make sure that she gets at least boundary in this last ball.
And the edge held onto by the captain, and the umpire says yes. It was fair, but Marisario Court is dejected. She feels she wasn't out, but I feel like that ball he had hit the bat and pad.
It's only the question of whether it hit the ground, but the catch was, rather the ball was taken so well. It's only about did it carry or did it start from the ground to the glove. But a good one-handed take there from the wicket keeper, and Melissa Rekot is really disappointed with the decision from the umpire there.
Yeah, she will try to unhappy. And it will be only Ultra Edge that can give us the chance, but there was a clear sound that prompted the umpire to raise up the finger. The cricket for Olila High School goes playing with a lot of interest at the girls of Masindi Secondary School. And Divine Gabriela Nyamere is the new batter in at the back of the half century yesterday. Her and Agwanga Lake were the pick of the bowlers as Olila scored 201 yesterday afternoon. Now she makes her way to the crease to make sure that she sees Olila get a little more runs in this remaining 7 deliveries in the first innings of the game.
4 wickets already for Nyangoma, and she has a chance to pick a favor in this afternoon clash.
Final ball for Nyangoma Mariam. Driven down the ground, half-hearted effort there from her. But good backup there from the fielder. The single brings us to the end of the over. What an economical spell it has been for Mariam Nyangoma. Only 7 runs in her 4 overs, and she's gone on and picked up 4 wickets. As we come to the end of the 19th, 110 for 5 is what the scoreboard reads.
Now who is the bowler to bowl the last over for Masindi? I would love to see Charlotte coming in and bowl the last over, because she did decently in the last over that she bowled despite going for a maximum, but she ended up with 2 dot balls, and it will be Charlotte bowl the last over. 120 still in quotation for Olila. Doesn't look much of a hurricane to get.
Yeah, 6 more deliveries here to wrap up the batting innings of Olila High School. Just a few changes being made in the field to make sure that there is enough protection for Divine Gabriela Nyamere. Hit up in the air. There is a fielder, but that lands safe. And the fielder misfields it, giving Divine a boundary.
Really bad fielding there from the captain. She has been accustomed to that fielding 2 times now, but not hitting it so quite that. She just rolls her wrist through, but gets the timing right. But the fielder going for the better way this time round, trying to go for the long barrier, doesn't make contact of the knee and the ground, and the ball just zips under the leg. 4 runs to the total to start off the over, already 4 runs.
Tries to work that one onside, but just manages the leading edge, and it's a dot ball for Charlotte Akugizibwe, much needed in the contest of the game. They'll need to make sure that they have a very good ending. Short ball hit down the ground, but well fielded there by Mariam Nyangoma. Another dot ball in the over. Fine ending in the making for Masindi Secondary School.
3 more balls left, and the boundary raiders deep extra covers. This is big, this is long, all the way to the plantation for 6. Long levers there from Nyamero, making sure that she gets her team past that 120. But what a pickup shot this has been.
It was a fine pickup shot there from Nyamere, even just using her height. She made sure that she reaches on response and hit it all the way for a maximum. Brilliant there from Divine. Goes again. Does it go all the way? Yes, it goes all the way. Back-to-back maximums there for Olila High School.
Another short delivery there, not so much pace on it. Again, straying away from the right-hander and picks up the lane so well is Nyamiro, making sure that she again plays it so fine to the boundaries. 6-6 in the last over. With only one more ball left, how many can she add? Already the score reading 127 with a loss of 5. I wouldn't mind seeing her trying to muscle this one again.
Yeah, one more ball to wrap up the innings. Nyamero Divine, which record 17 off 6. She goes, but she just manages an edge. Work for the fielder to do, but that will have enough legs to fall to the boundary. The boundary will wrap up the innings. There was not too much control in the shot, but Divine Nyamel managing to get it into the gap.
21 runs for Divine. That is the inside edge that rolled all the way to the boundary. 21 from 7, striking in at 300. She has really done heavy lifting for her team in the last over. The over that goes for 20 runs, the most expensive over it has been in this inning. But 131 for 5 is where Olila High School ends at.
What a performance there from Olila High School, trying to impose all their power to the Masindi SS team. Masindi Secondary School won the toss and opted ball first. But looking at the match summary, Josephine Ichumar, top scored for the side, 41 off 60. She got support from Ario Court, 27 off 27, whereas Agwanga Lake also posted 11 off 18. Nyangoma Maria Mozufofa, where she's bowled 4 overs and conceded just 7 runs, has made sure that somehow she deals with the damage. She's bowled at an economy of 1.75, whereas Priska Chomugisha bowled 4 overs, conceded 17, and he picked up only a single wicket. We've come to the end of the first innings. We'll take a short break and we'll return with the live commentary during the second innings of this game. The two umpires for this game are already back in the middle. Ismail Owod and Oyaga Saddam, to see us go through this interesting run chase. It's a clash between Masindi Secondary School and Olila High School. Olila High School, the defending champions of the Nationals tournament. My name is Evan Cyprian Sajab here in the comms, and I'm not alone. I have Fortunate Alijuna here with me. Fortunate will come back from the break.
Thank you very much, Ivan. 132 runs required in 20 overs. With the way how the first inning started, you couldn't tell that it was going to go all the way to 133, but the batters did so well. Though the bowlers fought so well, Nandere Machulet is the new bowler to start with the new ball. Start straight away, hunting the pads, hunting the stumps. And then two batters, Isimira and Gift, here for Masindi, trying to come there and maybe get the runs, the bye given. We saw so many extras given by the wicket keeper for Masindi. And straight away, like I said, there is some extra bounce on this surface. On a normal day, you wouldn't say that that ball was going to bounce that high. But in the end, the ends justify the means. The first runs on board come for Masindi, and it is Nsimire who gets off the marking style. 4 runs to her total.
Yeah, somehow the runs coming the way of Masindi Secondary School. Bat and pad. Immaculate Nandela there opening the bowling for Olila High School.
Nsimire piece. Dot balls have come easily for Nandera Immaculate. 4 leg buys with 1 weight to culminate the total to 5 runs and make that 9 runs. Another buy indicated by the umpire. It hasn't really been a wicket keeper's show today. All of them have really struggled.
Let you know the issue for Olila High School is that they are going for the express pace. Instead of baby going pace off, bring in your slow bowlers. They have the bowlers like Josephine Ichumar who bowl it slowly. They have Nyameru Divine Gabriela. They have other bowlers like Martha Amayo who doesn't bowl too much express pace. So because the wicket keeper Ilora Joan is not doing very tidy work, just go for the slow bowlers and make sure that you just bowl very, very quickly. But every time you bowl that express pace, it becomes very, very costly. Because when you look at the runs that have come to find this over 4 leg buys, 4 buy runs, that's a much better ball there. A bit coming a bit from the surface. But there somehow a bit uncut because that one went on and hit her. But at the end of the first over, 9 for no loss is the score.
Really nasty blow there for Nisima. She didn't expect that ball to raise that high. I tell you, that could mean to hurt, but good enough it ends on at the flesh. The dot ball finishing up the over. 9 for no loss after 1.
Martha Amayo now will be coming into ball for Olila High School. Martha Amayo and the Immaculate are classmates from them currently in their home camp at Olila High School. And there she comes in. But one thing I like about Martha Amayo is that she keeps just bowling the good areas. She doesn't do so many things, she will just bowl into play. If the batter goes across the line, they always tend to pay the prices.
Nuriat Gift is the other batter, and now she's at this, and this time in the air. She has been keeping behind the stumps for Masindi. She knows what the wicket is doing, and she goes off the mark straight away. But the ball held in the air a little bit for some good time. But again, in the end, landing in the no man's area. Now it will be Nisima back on straight. She's yet to get off the mark. Beautiful drive there. Full swing of the hands, but along the ground. In the end, it ends at the fielder at long mid-on. Open blade, and this goes to the boundary, whizzing. The fourth boundary comes, but first off the bat.
I love the fact that they have started punching back. Look at that one there. Mark Amaro going a bit full. That is sliced by the left-handed batter to pick up another boundary. This Nisima looking comfortable well, hitting that one. That creamer past point. She's so good at cutting. She cuts another one, and it is misfielded by the fielder at point. Back boundaries there for Masindi Secondary School, and it is Nisima who is putting up the show.
Look at how she's holding her bat, even when she's going on the onside or with an open blade. The ball will always be sliced and played square of the wicket. She doesn't entirely aim at playing the ball in that position, but with an open face of the bat, the ball always goes in that position. Back-to-back boundaries, and the bowler has to rethink of the lanes that she's hitting.
And I think now what Martha Amayo needs to do is try and make sure that she bowls straight. Bowl it stump to stump, don't give her that width to cut. And as she bowls the straight one, it rolls through and rattles the furniture. This Nissim again trying to cut a straight. Martha Amayo wins the battle, and Olila has the first wicket.
You asked for a straight ball, and that was all that was needed to do. Trying to create room again and go on the offside. But this time round, it was too straight for her to hit through the lane. And the first wicket falls for only 18 after 2. A wicket to finish up the over. And it will be the captain coming in at number 3. Nyango Mamariam did a decent job with the ball, picked up 4 wickets. And now the wicketkeeper getting her helmet on. Suppose it is spin now, spin time. Nandera realizing that she's giving away so many extras. Behind the wicketkeeper, they are not doing a decent job. And that forces a bowling change. Nyamera Divine coming in to replace Machret Nandera, who bowled from the prison end. Powerfully struck, Nandera tracking, and oh, it won't go all the way. Nandera is always in the position of advantage. At mid-on, completes an easy catch. It sounded really good out of the mid of the bat, but the elevation, the height that was given on the ball. Beautiful delivery there, off spinner trying to go down the wicket. A little shimmy from Gift, but good catch taken in the deep. The second batter departs for Masindi at the moment. And now things and questions are starting to appear of how well should they go about this run chase. A change in the bowling brings in a wicket. Devane straight away comes and picks a wicket. 18-4-2 is the score. And the new batter for Masindi Abicha, Gloria, comes in at number 4.
Somehow you feel that in terms of runs, Masindi is in a good place, but the only issue is that they are failing to take care of the wicket column. 2 wickets falling very, very quickly. One falling on the last ball of the previous over, and another one falling on the first ball of this over. Here they will put Olila High School in a very good place of picking up victory. 18 for 2 after 2.2, with 114 needed in Masindi Secondary School. Well driven. But I tell you one thing I like about this edition of the Sky View Girls Schools Cricket Tournament is that the teams are now 20 and they are in 5 groups. I beg your pardon, in 4 groups, and there will be a SPA 8 where the top 2 in every group will advance. Already there are some schools that have already qualified for that SPA 8. Now, your position in the group places you in the SPA 8 group, just the way we see in the G20 World Cup. So you need to make sure that you're in a very good place, that when you're placed in the group, you go and again put up another good performance where the top 2 will be advancing into the semis. Let's go there from Divine, Nyamel, Gabriela.
It's always challenging for the left, rather for the off spinner bowling to the left-hander. It's very difficult for the batter when you're left-handed and you're facing an off spinner, ball standing away from you. But what a good over it has been. 1 wicket and 1 run taken off that, and bringing the total to 19 after 3 overs for the loss of 2. Bowling change for Olila High School. Ichmar coming in from the plantation end. She had a very beautiful day in the office. Came in and scored 41 from 57 balls. In the morning, scored 50 from 51. So giving the ball to also contribute with the ball could mean so much for her. Starts straight away with a dot ball. Nyangoma is also yet to get off the mark. Beautiful punch there, but won't beat the fielder. And another beautiful piece of fielding there from Ichmar. 2 field boundary raiders, the deep extra covers and the deep mid wickets are in place. Oh no, there is some backup there from Nandera. Again, is better batting there from the captain, knowing that if she just places the ball in the good areas, she will just take off the mark. Up. But another dot ball. 3 dot balls already for Ichmar. Good lines here. The 2 have bowled with Ichmar and Dwayne have really hit the right areas, and look at that bold shot there from Abicha, trying to hit through the lane, but with deviation of the surface, the woodwork have been put into play. Another one based the dust. 3 wickets done, and Abicha has been outdone by Ichuma, picking up the 3rd wicket. What a good over this is. It always possesses a question and the threat of how good are you with your drive and the skill set. We've seen Abicha trying to drive the ball through covers, yet the ball is turning into her. Yet she would have just hung in a little bit or stayed a little bit, trying to hit it straighter. or play it with the turn and play it on the onside. And the new batter Akugizibwe, Charlotte, has to come in. She was coasty with the ball in the last over, went for 20, but now comes in at number 5. Nyangoma has already gotten off the mark. She takes her stance from a little bit down to down, which would be a good skill set when you're playing against spin, but it is always about the adjustment that you make. It's good to stay down, but how do you adjust? An angled bat there from the captain.
And I tell you what it helps you also is that some balls that might skid on, you'd be in a very good position to get them from the surface. So it's not a very bad idea, and for spinners, that low stance is much needed so that you can quickly raise up with the bounce of the ball. 24.
Really good bowling. Good bowling from Divine. Nyamere already picking 1 wicket and only going for 1 run. This time round, the captain trying to go for a booming drive, and we've seen how that has resulted for the previous batters that have tried to drive the ball. And it's a maiden over there from Divine Nyamir. And again, 5 overs done. 20 for 3 is the score.
More 112 runs are needed in 15 overs as we get into the final over of the power play. Olila High School, but Ruth Mwanga headlining the day at the Gulu main ground where Gaza High School is taking on Kasasi Secondary School. Ruth Mwanga scored 89 of 54 at a wicket of 164.81. Gaza posted 137.3 in 17 overs. And now Kasasi Secondary School is in with the 2.2 overs. And I tell you, both these teams have been at the bad side of results. They've lost their games, so only one can bounce back to winning ways. But in the other games that are happening, Late Secondary School is taking on their sisters of Soroti Secondary School. Soroti SS1, the toss and opted to bowl first, but Late squad 72 for 9, and now the chase is on, but Soroti SS is in too much trouble because they are 7 for 6 after 5.1 overs. Also, Mountain Renzori High School is taking on St. James Secondary School. Renzori won the toss and opted to bat first. That game is happening at Westland Girls Ground. Renzori High School posted 62 for 7 in 15 overs, and St. James is currently chasing. They have 34 for 3 and they need 29 in 72 balls for victory. The other game which is happening is between Masaka Secondary School and Uganda Secondary School. A chance put down there by Josephine Ichumar. It got to her fingertips, but she didn't get hold onto it. And in the update at St. Joseph's College Laibi ground, Iganga SS won the toss and opted to bowl first. And currently Masaka SS is 57 for 6. Sorry, Masaka SS posted 57 for 6 and 13 overs. And the chase is on there, 11 for 4. Kramer there down the ground. Josephine Ichumar is sent for that boundary to bring us to the end of the over and the power play.
Beautiful shot to finish up the over. She attempted that lofted drive all along The previous one almost was held by Ichimar in her bowling, but this time round, going under the ball and hitting it so straight through the goalposts and earning her team another boundary. Power play done, and 27 for 3 coming into this game. The standings in this tournament, the batting standings were Mase Kongea, who has 120 runs, Erin Mutonyi 113, Agwang Lucky, who has also 113, but as for now these results could be changed, could have changed. The bowlers bowling change there for Olila as Divine Nyamir continues. The bowler that was leading the runs at that moment was Nampera Sonia from St. John's High School. Kasia Nameri is also from St. John's, rather from Jinja. Kiringish Nabulime also has 10 wickets. But good bowling here from Divine. Good bowling, you can't take that fact away from her because she has really had decent lanes, varied the pace here and there, and at some point the lanes as well. We've seen her float the balls up in the air, float them a little bit, or push the balls a little bit. And that is Divine in your frame. Really beautiful off-spinners action. Played a little touch there, trying to run the ball. The third man already 4 dot balls in a row. Ball 2.1 overs. Driven straight, but there is a fielder who won't carry to the field at long off. That's a beautiful lofted drive there. Finish the over with a single, only one from that. 28 for 3 after 7 overs.
That is the coach for Olila High School, Wilfred Kwanga, making sure she is telling one of the fielders to warm up and get the next over. Standing with his partner in Joel Opoku. But I tell you, in the previous 12 balls, Masindi Secondary School has scored only 1 run. Now there is a bowling change, as Nandela Immaculate will be now bowling some spin. She's cut off the run now, and she will be now trying what Coach Dose Digital Holmes has been coaching her. Full ball. There was an appeal of LBW, but the umpire not moved. Yeah, when she went for that flatted ball, the batter was thinking of going across.
I tell you, the way how she went for that slog sweep, bowler almost went through the bat. Good enough, the lane was outside the leg stump. That is the reason maybe why Nande is not bowling left arm orthodox all along. But we saw the coach Ogwang trying to tell Immaculate Nandera to come in and bowl spin, and Immaculate has done that quite often, so it isn't new that she's doing this, but the lane has always been a question.
Problem for Nandera is that she's pushing the ball again, yet as a spinner, let's just make sure that you pull and let the ball turn with the surface. You don't need to push it a bit, because on that ball she was again undone by the wicket keeper, who didn't get hold onto it.
Again bowling it around almost towards the lane of the pad, thinking that maybe the ball will turn, but this time round knows that there isn't turn on the surface and bowls it so straight. Like we saw so many times, Akugiziwe trying to go for a slog sweep, playing across the lane, and it has led to her demise. The fourth wicket falls. Look at that. This time round, straighter again a little bit, plating it up in the air, thinking that maybe it will turn, but there isn't any turn that the wicket can offer. Then there she corrects the lane, pulls it straight, and lures the batter into playing across the lane. 6 more wickets left in these run chase for Masindi SS, and it's only 98 runs required from 12.4 overs. And the new batter Kyomgisa. Oh, so unlucky Kyomgisa. Trying to go for a break, but the ball holding a little bit on the surface and skidding a little bit. Almost getting us off in a bad position. That's better, really much better from Immaculate Nandera. Since those 6 weights that she bowled, she has gone on to improve her lane. The new batter struggling to get off the mark. But one thing that I've loved about Sorot, rather up this time round, misjudged, and they will take 1 run. One thing that I've loved about Olila is how good they have kept the respect for the opponents. Even after picking those 4 wickets, and now they know they are into the middle order and runs haven't really come so easily, they have stuck on to use the boundary raiders. Those are the skies. Clouds have gathered. The rain is already raining in the city, and we are only minutes shy from maybe seeing a downpour here, but the action is still happening here at Gulu Prison Primary School, and it is Divine who has to come and bowl her third over, fourth over, ascertain. Pardon me, it isn't even Divine. He said it is Ilong who comes in and replaces Divine. Long Ruth, comes in and replaces Divine, starts away with the good lines. She's a little bit pushing the ball, not like Divine who bowls it a little bit slower, though they both have the same action and pull off spin.
Some good shots there coming in. That has more 97 needed, and it's another wicket there for Olila High School. Ruth Ilong into the attack, and she manages to pick up another wicket there for Olila High School.
This time round, flighting it up in the air, not like the previous balls that she was pushing, and always playing with the stumps. Pay you so much. And the 5th wicket falls. Kyomgisa just departs, and a new batter. Here's the new batter for Masindi at the moment. I call Monica coming in when her team needs 97 from 11.2 overs. But what has this bowling changes made for Olila at the moment? We saw spinners coming in and picking wickets. That was a very good adjustment made from the captain, Melissa Ricote, knowing that pace bowlers didn't really do so well, then went with the slow bowling options, and their own things flew right away in Olila's direction. And the new batter, Aikoru Monica, taking her guard already.
Yeah, when you see how the over started, Nandera Immaculate was a bit expensive in the first over because she was bowling express pace. But now the Simmers have made sure that they bring back the game into Olila's favor. Fielders standing very far. I tell you, if there was someone at cover, that could have been another chance taken. But 35 for 5, it means that now Olila is ahead in the game. The brilliant over there coming in from Roth Ilong. Her first over is the wicket maiden over. And at the 9th, 35 for 5 is the score.
I tell you, if the captain and if the coach for Masindi at the moment knows the thing about the DLS score, it is threatening to rain here. If you see the passage of play for Olila, they didn't get many runs before 10 overs. If they thought of getting the way of scoring runs, it would have meant that they would have been ahead of the required score. Starting away with a weight ball there. I tell you, even weights have been so much in this game from Olila, and that can't be a good sign. Ichmar starting with a weight delivery, but now correcting so well. Still coming back to the DLS score. At the moment, Olila is above the DLS, but had Masindi really thought about that DLS, they should have thought of scoring runs so much and accelerate the runs, go over the required run rate or the DLS score. But the captain is still making sure that she puts in the fight. I love the way how she's driving the ball. She's really committing into the shots, and she has some beautiful drives. Like we have seen, she takes her guard from down. Oh, no shot attempted there. She thought maybe the ball will stray away and go down the leg, and doesn't offer any shot. A dot ball for Ichmar again coming from that end. Right arm over, dealing dot balls. See how quick she comes to bowl. They know that they have to do everything possible and make sure that they stay on top of that required run rate and the DLS score to rule in their favor if at all it goes on to rain from here. Good there from Ichmar, finishing up her over in no time. And after 10, the score is 39 for the loss of 5. $93 runs required in 60 balls. The captain is on strike. Beautiful drive there. Hit hard along the ground. Oh, that is poor fielding from Immaculate Nandera. She's a tidy fielder, but in this case, an even bounce at the surface doesn't allow her to pick up the ball straight away.
I wonder why she was rushing, because she ran so quickly. That's why she failed to get hold onto that ball. Another misfield there from Martha Amayo at point, and another chance for a run. There was an appeal of run out, but not out.
Yeah, Ilong has come in and ready. He gone for 3 runs in the past 2 balls. But these 2 batters, Mariam Nyangoma and Aikoru Monica making sure that at least they keep the scoreboard ticking. I love the way that they have gone from their comfort zones and they have started driving the ball hard along the ground. The umpire Adams, rather Saddam Oyoga, making sure that the stumps are well in place, taking a guard in the stumps already. If anything ends at her pads would be so bad for her. If you to look where she's standing, I call Monica, she's covering the stumps somewhere. Powerful struck, but there is Melissa Aricot. Deep extra, deep mid wickets. Cuts off the ball for only one run. And now it will be the left-hander, Aikuru Monica, who, rather the captain, who has shown some glimpse of driving the ball so well. Out of the middle of the bat, she had indicated that she can drive the ball real good. Lucky that she takes her guard down, her stance from really down, and again she continues driving the ball. Driving the ball has been the order of the day for her. We haven't seen her go astray from that plan. I think she's trusting her skill set. She knows how to drive the ball, but a single brings up the end of over number 11, and 44 for 5 is the score. A little bit of fair play there from Matchlet Nandera, not trying to consume so much time, and she ties the shoelaces for Monica. Nandera will continue from the plantation end.
And she picks up another wicket, the 60th one. Full ball angling in. The batter going for a booming on drive, but misses to close her line. And Nandera Immaculate manages to pick up her second wicket.
2 times we have seen players try go across the lane. This time round really floated up in the air. Captain just clears the front leg and hoping to go big on the onside. In the end, couldn't get anywhere under that ball. The captain has to depart, and a new batter, Kyosawa, comes in at number 8. Only 4 more wickets left for Masindi at the moment. Kyosawa Safina yet to get off the mark already. First one ball. Already first one ball, and he's up to the task there. Driven on the up, but there is a fielder and the catch is taken. Divine is the fielder who takes the simple catch, and Kyosawa has to go back in the dugout without troubling the scorers. 7 wickets done, and it's Immaculate Nandera who has picked her 3rd wicket. I tell you, Ivan, all the 3 wickets have fallen for Nandera when she turned from bowling from pace to bowling spin. I tell you, the coach really did a good job.
Yeah, that's the replay there. The flighted ball hit up in the air just to find a waiting fielder, and Nandera Immaculate with the 3rd wicket in her name. And most of the players at this level of cricket love the pace on So every time you go for those flights, you rush them into playing the shots, and you stand a very big chance of getting those wickets. That's not the immaculate rate in your frame. She made her debut for the senior women's team, the Victoria Power. Not so many years ago, it was in 2024. She traveled with the team to Mumbai in that year. Later on, traveled with the team to Ghana for the All Africa Games. But she made her debut during the Kwibu Cup. She goes full, and that's it down to the sweeper. Misfielded by Martha Aleto, and it's a boundary. Not a good move coming in. Full pitched, giving the batter chance to pull that one away.
It was really struck so hard that he didn't give the boundary raider Martha any time to adjust herself. That's all about timing. Much deserved wicket, rather boundary there. Again goes to the right of the fielder. There has to be chasing the deep. Puts in some footwork there to stop it from going past the boundary. And 2 runs taken in that. Much deserved couple there from the 2 batters. Juanita coming in and already getting 6 runs.
Yeah, that couple bringing up the 50 runs of Masindi Secondary School. 50 for 7 is what the score reads after 12.
Ruth has to continue from the prison end. She's doing a decent job already, so they are counting on her to pick a wicket or make sure that she picks a wicket at the moment, because you don't want to go back to the pace bowlers. And there she comes in straight away and delivers. Answers the call that was asked. She picks her 2nd wicket. Again bowling it too full. Letting it up in the air. The batter trying to go on the onside. So many batters have succumbed to full deliveries, trying to go on the onside, playing across the lane. And only 2 more wickets left. That is Ilongo Ruth, who has picked 2 wickets and only suffered 5 runs in the 2.1 over that she has bowled.
A very good ball coming in from Ruth Ilong. She suffered bowled 2.1 over, just 5. Her first one was even a maiden. I love the fact that she took the wicket into play. And another what I do love about the Olila is that they have kept in the slow ballers into the attack to make sure that they keep picking up the wickets. The chance for run out. The batter hits the ball and takes off right away, but there was some lack of awareness there by Martha Amayo. If she had gotten the ball and threw it to the bowler's end, there was a very big chance of completing that run out.
I love the fact that Juanita is trying to take charge, trying to stay on straight. You saw the moment that ball was played in the gap, she called straight away with intentions of not coming back. She came committed that there was a run. Tell you, she has already scored 6 from 2 balls. And they will love her to play more of those shots that she played. We saw her go for a big sweep shot that earned her boundary.
Our umpires are looking very smart in that apparel which was provided to them by Movit Uganda Limited. Movit Uganda Limited coming into this tournament as hygiene partners. A big components, Movit Products Limited. But Uganda Limited are also broadcast partners. And what has been happening in this tournament is that every time there is a beautiful game that could excite the fans, The production crew, the data lads have made sure that that game is broadcasted and brought live to you, courtesy of Batboy Uganda Limited. Schoolie are logistics partners, and they will be giving many gifts and goodies to many of these our players. But we'd love to thank the sponsors for this tournament, Skyview, who've made sure that the players get to test the Skyview apple, Skyview fruity, Skyview orange. Whereas Movit Uganda, a big part of Movit Products Limited, has also made sure that the girls can get toothpaste, the All Day brand. They also get the family soap, and they've also gotten the lemon hand and body cream to make sure that as the tournament is going on, there is nothing that is disrupting them. And as we come to the end of the 13th over, 51-8 is the score.
81 runs required in 7 overs, which seems to be a mountain task for Masindi High School. But it's only a matter of time, a matter of picking up 2 wickets. Of course, now we are into the tail end, straight attacking the stumps. I get a feeling that the youngster Nyangoma is really playing so well. She has presented her bat so well that every time she has rotated the strike, allowing Juanita to go on straight.
Yeah, Martha Mayo back into the attack for her second over. Ball just keeping down, the bat not getting down to hit it.
I tell you, even with the way how Juanita has played the previous 3 or 4 balls, if there is a very straight ball aimed at her stumps, it won't be so long. There, that's all you wanted to do. That's all you have to do. And Juanita has to go back to the dugout. Look at that, 2 straight and going across the line. She has attempted that shot so many times, but hasn't been connecting. And it only took Martha 2 balls to acknowledge that and delivers that blow. 9th wicket falls, and it's Nyangoma Juanita who departs for only 6 runs on board for her. And it will be the last man standing to come out of the dugout, and that is Mary at Gonza, who comes in at number 11. Mother having bowled 1.3 overs already, but picking 2 wickets. She now has a chance to pick up her 3rd. Taking her guard there is Mary. In your frame there, that is Mayo Masi.
Yeah, Martha Mayo comes from a district called Area. Just as we leave Sorota and you're heading to the north towards Moroto is where that district is located. It's among the few districts I've never visited, surprisingly. But she's really made a very good mark. Proud product of the Sorota Cricket Academy. But now it will be just 1 wicket needed by Olila to make it
They are
match.
supposed to squeeze up to 14, 13. First 11 overs were around 57. But for them, they didn't.
Tries to get out of the blocks, but get it into the gap, and it's a dot ball for the new batter.
It's rushed her somehow, somewhere, and I feel that could be a setup from Amayo. I won't be surprised to see her bowl the next ball straight aimed at the stumps. And there she goes, but Mary is really up to the task. The first ball was hit back into the surface, and they straight away knew that she was going to go for bull's eye. Oh, so lucky there for Mary. But the Dortmund finish up the over, 1 wicket in that. 1 run taken, 52 for the loss of 9 after 14 overs.
Olila High School still searching the final wicket. And it's Nyamel Divine Gabriela who's been given the ball, come and ball, replacing Ruth Ilong from the prison end. Tell you this school, Good Prison, is located just near the Good main prison. And what separates the prison from this school is just a perimeter wall. There is already call there from the umpire. Such a very good start there from the very near Mary. She's been unplayable. She's bowled 3 overs. Just 2 runs, picking up the single wicket. Now she's been the pick for the captain to wrap up the innings. Wrap up the innings, yes. That one rolls through and removes the bails. And it's game, set and match. Olila High School picking up another victory, the 3rd one and consecutive one. And they do remain unbeaten. And they get on top of the table. But look at the delivery there, a googly-like delivery there from Gabriela Nyameri, handing Olila High School a 78 runs victory.
What a beautiful delivery to finish up the innings. Every off spinner would always be bowling that wicket. We always love to see that wicket. Ripping up the bails off the leg stump. Big time it had. The match summary for you. Josephine Ichuma scoring 41 from 60. Melissa Record contributing 27 from 27, striking at 100. And also Divine Gabriel came in and contributed the late cameo of 21 from 7. They are the pick of the bowlers for Masindi. Was Mariam Nyangoma, who picked 4 wickets and only went for 7 in 4 overs. Priska also picked a wicket. And those are the only wickets that fell for Olila, whereas the batting charts there for Masindi don't look so much brilliant, with Mariam the captain scoring 10 from 19, whereas Peace only 8 from 10 and Karungi only 6 from 7. Matred Nandera pick of the bowlers with 3 wickets from 3 overs and going for 14, whereas Divine Gabriel picking up 2 wickets in 3.1 and Ruth Ichura also picking 2 wickets but only going for 6 runs. And Olila High School winning with 78 runs. That has been the action here at Gulu Prison Primary School. The action between Olila High School and Masindi High School. The toppers of the group are Olila at the moment, and so much action is still happening in this Highview Girls Schools Week Cricket Tournament, and so much is to come in the remaining days of this tournament. We thank you from wherever you're watching us, and for your support, for your views. Thank you very much, and we hope you enjoyed our coverage so as we enjoyed your company. And it has been a junior fortunate on behalf of all the personnel in the production team, even the commentary box. I sign out and say adios till tomorrow. See ya.